Hi guys, welcome back to podcast episode number. I should say podcast number 4, right?
Yep, this is our fourth filming,
fourth recording session. So we're gonna probably have a couple of episodes about that. We're just back from DYC 2024. We officially survived, and from this, great experiences, amazing as always. Maybe we could share a bit of this on the podcast, but we're gonna go right into our questions, right? So, yeah.
Yeah, so DYC, for those who are just are unfamiliar outside the Diocese of Richmond, DYC, Diocesan Youth Conference, it's an annual event where young Catholic youth from all over the state come and kind of descend upon the Richmond Convention Center for a weekend of Jesus
Fellowship,
and fun and
retreat.
fellowship. Yep. Yeah, half retreat, half party, half service event. It's 150%, but you get the idea.
150% fun.
Yeah, it's a good time. It was a good time. But yes, we spent the time there asking people questions, so we have actual questions from people in the field to answer.
So
which is
yeah.
great.
Let's get started. Yeah.
All right, what's our first question?
Our first one is,
would you consider it easy to be Catholic?
Okay, is it easy to be Catholic? Okay.
What do you think?
first step, look at the lives of the saints. Before that, look at the life of Jesus. He was crucified. And just look at hundreds of years after the church was born, there's nothing but, on the surface, only suffering. But if you look deeper, it's like so much grace, so much, I don't know, my answer doesn't make any sense, but, you know.
Well, there's so many ways to come at that question. That's a difficult question. So, is it easy to be Catholic? To a certain extent, no. I mean, I think the obvious answer would be no, because, like, to be Catholic and to take it seriously is to live differently. So, I mean, there's so much that we're asked to do that's so countercultural. So, is it easy to be, not consumed with, like, greed when we live in an incredibly materialistic way? No, that's not easy. Is it to be the only person who's trying to live a chaste life when everyone around you isn't doing that? No, that's not easy. Is it easy to forgive your enemies? No, that's not easy. So, no, like, in a certain sense, no, it's incredibly difficult. No one except for Jesus and his mother does it perfectly. It's incredibly hard. So the first kind of surface answer is like, and which I would kind of encourage people, like, no, it's not easy. It's a very difficult path. On another level, though, it's like, yes, it's very easy, because Jesus says, my yoke is easy and my burden is light. And so if you think about all the things you trade to be Catholic, like, is it easy to be, so all those things I said, well, is it easy to live a life filled with greed and envy and lust and anger? No, that's a very hard life. So get rid of it all. Be Catholic. It's so much easier. It's so much freer. Is it easy to be bogged down with anxiety and self-doubt and fear? No, that's hard. So get rid of it. Be Catholic. It's so much easier. So it depends. Like, I mean, I think that life is hard. And so there's just different types of hard and there's different types of easy. So Catholics live a hard life, so their lives are easy. So many people try to live easy lives, and so their lives are hard. So
yeah, I think that sums it up really nicely. I think what's the Catholic life itself is the easiest life possible because you're with Christ. But the fact that all around us, they're not doing that, makes it harder. So, like, being Catholic itself, easy. Being Catholic in a non-Catholic world, not easy. So
yeah, so I think there's trade-offs. So I mean, pick up your cross. Pick up your cross and follow me. You are signing up for a life of discipleship of someone who did very hard things. But it's easy because you're not doing it under your own strength. Like, what's the hardest thing in the world is complete and utter self-reliance. None of us are big enough to take on this world in any meaningful way. So share the burden with Christ. Share the burden with your brothers and sisters. I mean, the church is a part of being a community. You invite in that strength. So when you are doing things with the Trinity, then it's easy. So it really depends. There's so many layers to that question. So depending what you mean, no, it's the hardest thing in the world. Depending what you mean, it's the easiest thing in the world. So yes and no. It's a paradox.
You got two answers then. It's
Yeah.
like-
Well, and I mean, I think sometimes, Bishop Barron has a book called Both And, like which is about like the beautiful fact of like with our so many answers in our faith, the answer is both of these things are true. Is it filled with suffering? Yes. Is it filled with joy? Yes, that too. Like both and.
yeah, they don't contradict. That's the thing. They don't contradict. It's
Yeah.
not because it's filled with suffering that it's not filled with joy.
Yeah.
Because they're not opposite. Like, yeah.
Yep. I think he gives an example of like Catholicism's filled with stark red and stark white right next to each other, and they don't clash or mingle. But the contrast makes for vibrancy. So actually, I think that's the book is called Vibrant Paradoxes. That's the book's called. And I think that's just a great general way to approach our faith so often is it's both and. So is it easy? Yeah. Is it hard? Yeah. They're both true in different ways at the same time.
Yeah, let us know in the comments, did we really answer to your question? Or if you want us to answer something more specific about the question, let us know in the comments. We'll be happy to specify the path you want us to go down. And
Yeah, but I'd say it's worth it. It's worth it. It's hard
all in
and
all,
easy, but it's worth it.
So, yeah, right?
Yeah, all right. So I hope that's what our viewer was looking for.